And prosecutors say a 20-year-old woman who drove her car off a boat ramp into the water was under the influence of marijuana. She was in court yesterday, and we were.
You seem to be doing really well. Have you been getting out and about?
Yeah. It's all about finding the perfect partners.
Sorry I couldn't get you out today.
We're there as she was charged with vehicular assault. The woman's 17-year-old sister was in that car and is still in critical condition. This all happened at Seattle's Atlantic City boat ramp. Responding officers saw that car up to its roof underwater. The 20-year-old driver escaped out of a window and swam to shore. It took 30 minutes before rescue swimmers and divers were able to find the younger sister and pull her out of the water.
Officers actually tested the 20-year-old female for impairment and found that she did have signs of impairment. You can't be around water if you're drinking or impaired in any kind of way. It's a recipe for a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Court documents say she told police that she and her sister had smoked marijuana. The judge set her bail for $40,000. She is due back in court tomorrow.
In Snohomish County, Everett firefighters had to help a woman get down from this third-story balcony. Below her, a dryer was on fire. The flames came from a first-floor apartment. You can see the damage there. Nobody was inside, but the smoke was pretty bad 2 stories up where that 50-year-old woman was rescued. Nobody's hurt.
6:08, it is a pinpoint alert day. We've been talking about the wind and the snow coming, and especially that wind, Nick. People really should get ready if they haven't already.
A lot of times in western Washington, I think you mentioned it, Dee Dee, we get wind, it's more south-southwesterly, sometimes southeasterly. This is almost truly an easterly wind event, which, we get Cascade Gap wind events, but not normally to this level. So this is somewhat of an unusual direction to see wind at this magnitude. At the airport right now, you got a raindrop, and it is on the calm side, but it will get strong there later today and into tonight. Not as strong as the foothills, but you're going to feel it. If you look here at your pinpoint storm tracker from the Skagit, Snohomish County line south to about just south of Bremerton, we do have a few pockets with showers. There's that potential that if it has anything heavier, if you're closer to 800 feet or so, you may have a little bit of wet snow mixed in, but this is what's developing. That's the low that's deepening, and you may have heard that term bomb cyclone. The idea there is it drops so many millibars in pressure in a 24-hour period, and it's in the process of deepening or strengthening right now. So winds are going to move in. Between now and say 7 on your pinpoint future track, these showers mainly wrap up. And then check it out. From 7 through noon, you don't have any rain. Now, I do think once we get to about 1, 2 o'clock, you start getting breezy for the foothills. By about 4 or 5, we see some rain moving in. And at 4 or 5, it's howling in the Cascade foothills, and it's strong at the coast as well. And then we see this rain push through the rest of the night, tapering off to showers tomorrow. There'll be snow in the mountains, upwards of 4 to 10, 4 to 12 inches. But like Dee Dee said, and in my opinion, the biggest deal from this, it's not the rain, it's the wind. And we have high wind warnings from, say, Bellevue East, or really just the lake east in King County, Bonney Lake, Maple Valley, into, say, like Lake Stevens, Snohomish, Monroe. We have it at the coast and the Western Strait as well. This is sustained wind of 30 to 40 miles per hour, gusting upwards of anywhere from 50 plus to 60, 65 if you're closer to North Bend. Now, I have some computer models I want to show to you coming up here in less than 10. They do a really good job at breaking down the strength. It'll still be windy tomorrow morning, but not as windy. It was scattered showers, and then we just keep it kind of wet Thursday with more breezy to windy weather and wet weather for Friday. Hey, I do at least have some good news. Your weekday payday keyword is fortune. It's fortune. Now go to Kiro7.com/payday for your chance to win $1,000. You can also watch every weekday around 5:10 and 6:10 a.m. and 5:10 and 6:10 p.m. for another keyword and another chance to win. And you have it there on your screen. It's fortune, Kiro7.com/payday.
All right, thanks, Nick. 6:11, let's get a check of your traffic right now. Earlier, we checked in on the South Sound. Now let's take a look at the North Sound. Drivers north of Everett will be finding wet roads out there. We're starting to see a little bit of slowdown. Everett southbound heading into Seattle. Your drive is still about 40 minutes, so not terrible. It certainly could be worse. There is also a disabled vehicle situation we've been looking at on the US 2 trestle there as it heads westbound towards I-5. And so this has been a problem right there all morning for drivers. Taking a look at overall traffic maps, checking in here on the South Sound, you can also see usual hot spots really starting to build up. That drive from Tacoma to Seattle over an hour right now.
Next, parents fighting against the plan to close 4 Seattle elementary schools. What they're doing today to make sure their voices are heard.
We're the brewmasters and distillers, celebrating our deep roots in the community. OB, the original credit union of the Olympia Brewery. Experience pub-style banking. Isn't it about time you joined today?
With Home Chef's new family menu, cooking for the whole family is so simple. You go from step 1 to done with practically no fuss. Simply prep, cook, and enjoy with the whole family. Get 18 free meals today at homechef.com.
Tired of pointless meetings?
So in this meeting, we're going to plan the next meeting to schedule other meetings.
There is nothing more pointless than unproductive meetings.
What about watching grass grow?
Nope.
What about pushing the crosswalk button repeatedly?
Nope.
What about bringing sand to the beach?
Nope. Thanks to ClickUp, now all of our communication and work is in one place. It allows our team to collaborate remotely and finish projects faster.
ClickUp, all your work in one place.
Scan the code on your screen now for this exclusive offer from HydroSpark Pro. Discover the new trend that's bubbling up as the future of hydration innovation. Get hydrogen-infused water now with the HydroSpark Pro. Fill it up, push the button, and in just 3 minutes, H2OMG, you've got hydrogen-infused water. And for a limited time, the HydroSpark Pro is just $69.99. Scan the code on your screen and get your HydroSpark Pro today.
Hey, Blake Anderson here to tell you about this, the Flash Force Tactical Flashlight. Stick around because I'm going to tell you about this amazing free offer just for our TV audience. Or, if you really can't wait, just scan the code on the screen now to check it out. But let me just tell you how great it is to have the Flash Force. It's literally like no flashlight I've ever had. The white high beam LED is bright, super bright. You can see it from 2,000 meters away. Its built-in lithium battery charges up with USB-C, and it even has a level meter on the side to see how much juice I have left. I can even use it as a power bank to charge my phone. The telescopic zoom is so unique and cool, it gives you a range of lighting options to light up an entire area or spotlight on something specific. But here's the best part. Scan the code on the screen right now, and if you buy a Flash Force Tactical Flashlight, you'll get a
Washington grown.
6:14 in Washington, D.C., President-elect Donald Trump is on a fast track to fill cabinet roles.
Yeah, per CBS News, sources say that he's aiming to announce all cabinet-level picks by Thanksgiving. Yesterday, Trump named former Wisconsin Congressman turned Fox Business host Sean Duffy to be Secretary of Transportation. Meanwhile, controversy continues over Trump's pick for Attorney General, former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. A Department of Justice probe into the sexual misconduct allegations against him ended with no charges being filed. Gaetz has denied any wrongdoing. Two sources tell CBS News that the House Ethics Committee is expected to meet tomorrow amid growing calls to make the report on its Gaetz investigation public.
We've got a bipartisan group of senators who've asked to see it. It's obviously relevant to the vote that they'll take with respect to confirmation.
I think it would be a bad precedent for us to set.
According to Reuters, Trump's team is considering executive orders in the first days of his administration to make sure his mass deportation plan can withstand any legal challenges.
Back here in Seattle, an angry group of parents lashing out against a plan from Seattle Public Schools to shut down 4 elementary schools to save money. Last night, parents rallied at North Beach Elementary before packing a community meeting with SPS leaders to discuss potential school closures. As we've been reporting for weeks now, SPS proposed closing 4 elementary schools: North Beach, Stevens, Stanislaus, and Sacagawea. It says it would save about $6 million a year as the district deals with that $94 million budget gap. However, the North Beach PTA says it would save something closer to $1 million. Parents also say the plan lacks transparency, and many think the district has already made the decision to move forward with the closures.
And if you had a good plan, people would support it. I believe this community, we just want the best for our children, and that's why we're scared, very scared right now.
That was the last of 4 community meetings over the closures, but the fight isn't over. A Safer Schools rally is planned for this afternoon outside district offices just before the school board meets at 4:15.
6:16 right now. The Marysville School District is releasing its own school closure plan. There are 3 options, and the district says each would save about $2 million a year. The first option reconfigures elementary schools to include K through 6th grades and would close Marysville Middle School and Liberty Elementary. The second option would close Cascade and Liberty Elementaries, and the third is identical to the second, but would also close Totem Middle School, so perhaps a little bit more savings there. Now, a committee will make a recommendation to the school board by December.
Everett is expanding its no-sit, no-lie policy to include the area around Imagine Children's Museum, impacting the city's homeless population. The city council first passed the ordinance in 2021. It makes it illegal to sit, lie down, or give food on public property without a permit. The rule was originally applied to the Everett Gospel Mission, and last year the mayor expanded it to several social service providers.
Well, over 2,000 Boeing workers in Western Washington have received pink slips. According to the state's Employment Security Department, the aerospace giant is cutting about 2,200 workers in Washington state. The layoffs are expected to take effect December 20th. This is part of a company-wide plan to lay off 10% of the workforce. That's about 17,000 total employees across commercial airplanes, defense, and global services.
The Seattle Storm is investigating its coaching staff. The Chicago Sun-Times reports the team hired a law firm to look into accusations of alleged harassment and bullying this last season. And this allegedly happened during practices as well as games. Now, if these allegations are true, the Storm could lose draft picks, pay fines, or face other disciplinary measures. The Seattle Storm has not yet commented.
Okay, let's take another look at the winter weather, and it's not all bad. Look at this beautiful view at Snoqualmie Pass. You can see this elk prancing around in the snow at the Animal Crossing there, just enjoying a little bit of the powder. And that elk, as you mentioned earlier, we'll be seeing a little bit more snow today.
Brace yourself, elk.
Yeah. Seriously, another, 4 to 10, 4 to 12 inches of snow possible. But to me, it's still more the wind that's the bigger issue there. If you have wind over 35 miles per hour, which will be around 50 to 60 there, plus that snow, visibility near you or below a quarter of a mile, you're talking blizzard-like conditions, and we do have a blizzard warning that we do not very much get. We don't get them very often. It's been, 10, 12 years, I think, since we've had one. If you look at your pinpoint storm tracker, we do have some rain out there. It is mainly rain, but you can see some higher hills that could fall us some wet snow, or any of it that's on the moderate side easily could just temporarily force that snow level down near Everett, for example, or north of there, to give you a few wet snow showers that wouldn't amount to anything, but you'd see it. So I want to highlight the area most impacted from the pinpoint wind tracker. Check out 1 o'clock. Look at North Bend, Black Diamond, Enumclaw. You're in the 30 and 40 range. But look at, say, around 3:30. Issaquah's hitting 40. Bellevue's in the 40 range. Enumclaw as well. North Bend 60s, and this is by 6 p.m. And your 40s and 50s for Issaquah, Black Diamond, Maple Valley, Sultan, Monroe, Lake Stevens. North Bend at 7:30 is 58. Your 50-51 around Issaquah. This is 9. You're really in it. 65 miles per hour in North Bend. Now, that's just the east side, so I kind of want to show a little more than just that. So if you look at 8:30 on your pinpoint wind tracker, you're 45 miles an hour in Yelm. You are going to be a little more sheltered from that east wind around Olympia. And, a place like Edmonds is a bit more sheltered from that as well. Now, this gust only shows 31 miles per hour for Bellevue. I think that's a little misleading at 8:30. I think you could be more like 45 to 50, 55 maybe. So keep that in mind. But Issaquah, Maple Valley, North Bend, 50s and 60s. You're seeing that in Sultan, Gold Bar, into Granite Falls, Lake Stevens, Snohomish. Really going to be strong tonight. So we do have those high wind warnings, and a place like Ording is really going to feel it, and midnight will be there with very windy weather tonight. Only a few showers early, but rain is increasing again after about 4 or 5. And like I said, it really starts to ramp up after about 3, 4 o'clock. And then peaking, the whole event's kind of like, 3, 4 o'clock to about 1, 2 a.m. But the real peak inside of that is about 7 p.m. to midnight. Go to Kiro7.com/petwalk, by the way, if you have more photos. Now, tomorrow on that pinpoint 7-day forecast with your weekend always in view, it's scattered showers. It's still windy in the morning, but not as windy. And then showers Thursday, breezy to windy, and wet on Friday, but it does look calmer this weekend. All right, we talked about that. I want to make sure I highlight again where we have that high wind warning in the 6:30 half hour.
Thanks, Nick. Let's check in on your traffic right now at 621. You can see volume starting to build on State Route 167. This is in the Renton area heading north to 405. Lots of brake lights out there, and we are really starting to see traffic volumes build. It is 621. Lots of people heading out the door. We're dealing with a slow drive right now from Tacoma to Seattle, about an hour and 10 minutes, an hour 15. So really starting to slow down. You can also see, depending on where you are, you'll be dealing with wet pavements. Might need to use those windshield wipers. And zooming in on that commute from the South Sound up to Seattle, there are also several disabled vehicles and crashes we are monitoring. However, we'll zoom into those specific situations and tell you a little bit later on what exactly is going on. You can always download the Kiro 7 News app to stay up to date on real-time traffic conditions as you head out the door. The viral sushi saga continues in Seattle. What users on TikTok think they spotted that caused a popular restaurant to temporarily close down.
Plus, a coordinated heist in Tumwater leads to a security guard kidnapped. Months later, police finally arrest a suspect, while 6 others are still.
Why wait for Black Friday? Furniture World's gigantic Black Friday sale is on now. Incredible bargains with in-store Price Busters specials. Easy financing, no credit needed, or 12 months no interest with no money down OAC. Only at Furniture World's gigantic Black Friday sale.
Happy holidays for the Wallen family.
We all know at this time of year, Hyundai offers its biggest incentives.
And we have the largest selection we've ever had.
It's time to clear the shelves.
During our holiday sale, get this all-new Santa Fe for only $299 a month or get 0% financing.
We're located just off I-5 in North Seattle. Or visit us at seattlehyundai.com.
From our family to yours.
Happy holidays!
Sound the alarms. Our Black Friday sale is the absolute, without a doubt, best prices on 2025 tickets and passes. From November 22nd to 29th, you can snag incredible deals on season passes, 1-day and 2-day tickets. This is your chance to secure a year of thrills, laughter, and unforgettable memories at unbeatable prices. But hurry, these deals will be gone faster than you can say funnel cake. Set your alarms, mark your calendars, and get ready to grab your tickets before the clock runs out.
Uncruise is the antithesis of the cruise industry. We're everything that the big ships aren't. Small vessels under 100 passengers. And we're really about adventure travel, whether it's in Alaska, Hawaii, Baja California, the Galapagos. You can actually experience nature. We actually see and feel and touch. It's really about guiding you to places you've never been before. And that is Uncruise Adventures.
I have PCOS. It can cause unexplainable weight gain. Having to go through Weight Watchers Clinic and now taking a GLP-1, you just feel that extra level of support. And I'm like 2 pounds away from my goal weight, which is like...
We are both full-time active duty military, so our schedule varies. We are extremely busy, especially with both of us working.
During the week, we have limited time to go grocery shopping, so, you know, it's perfect to just come home and have something already in place.
And then you save money too. You just simply pay for what you're going to eat. You don't have anything wasted. You're not going out to eat a lot. You're staying in the house and you're cooking the food that you bought.
Hey, Blake Anderson here to tell you about this, the Flash Force Tactical Flashlight. Stick around because I'm going to tell you.
Washington grown.
One of TikTok's most popular food critics has certainly made his mark on Seattle. Might remember Keith Lee spent the last week posting about restaurants throughout town, including Fob's Sushi Bar. And while at first his video brought a new wave of customers to the location, it's now going viral for the wrong reasons. So this is the video in question. Take a look at the right side of that piece of sashimi. When Lee posted this video, he said he was unaware of anything moving. He said that right there. But then days later, his fans started commenting, and then he began questioning exactly what he ate. The restaurant was quick to deny these accusations, writing online that their supplier freezes their fish to prevent parasites. But the internet remains divided. We checked in with food safety lawyer Bill Marler, who says he hasn't seen the video, but he points out that parasites are more common than you would expect in raw fish.
These kinds of things happen, and it's really a natural occurring thing. It's sort of like, you know, finding a bone in your chicken.
Following these online accusations, Fob Sushi Bar chose to close both their Seattle and Bellevue locations, saying they are undergoing a thorough investigation. It's still unclear when that restaurant will reopen.
All right, it is a pinpoint alert day, and we're following this system offshore that continues to get stronger and stronger, and this is around 2 p.m., and you can see the center of that low right there is really going to be intense, and it's going to draw in east wind, and I really expect the high wind warning to mean it tonight, meaning we're going to see gusts that could be in excess of 60 miles per hour for some places. I want to walk you through it hour by hour coming up.
And it may be calm outside right now, but we need to get ready for those strong winds Nick is talking about. We have Brooke Griffin breaking down where conditions could be the worst as a dangerous winter storm brews, and those utility crews get ready to help out.
And a pet food bank in Tacoma on the brink of shutting down. How you can help them and prevent hundreds of pets from going.
Woodland Park Zoo's Wild Lanterns, presented by BECU, returns this holiday season with all new stunning lantern landscapes and installations. Experience the beauty and magic of the season at Seattle's most unique and wonder-filled holiday event, November 15th through January 19th. Proceeds benefit Woodland Park Zoo's exemplary animal care, along with more than 25 conservation programs. Illuminate your holidays. Tickets on sale now at zoo.org/wildlanterns. On the Go Moving and Storage is the Puget Sound's top-rated moving and storage company, and we've been serving the Seattle area for over a decade. We're your one-stop shop for all your moving and storage needs. And for a limited time, get 15% off any move. Whether you're moving your home or business, we've got you covered. Trust us to make your next move seamless. On the Go Moving and Storage. Moving you can rely on, with locations in Bellevue, Redmond, and Seattle. Visit our website today for a free estimate.
Not that kind of roof. This kind of roof. State Roofing has been in the business of roofing for over 50 years, with more than 60,000 projects completed and some of the best warranties in the industry. And now they're having their famous 000 sale, where you can get zero money down, zero interest, and zero payments on your new roof for 1 full year. Estimates are free. Go online to stateroofing.com to get started today.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
When we started Warby Parker, we just sold glasses, and only online. But people liked them a lot. So we offered more things, like sunglasses and contacts. And then we thought, what if we sold eyewear online and in stores? So we did that. And now we have stores in neighborhoods all over. There you can chat with friendly opticians and get eye exams from top-notch doctors. Now, no matter where you go, we've got your eyes covered.
Mustang Mach-E SUV.
Now on Kiro 7 News.
6:29. Good morning. I'm meteorologist Nick Allard. It is a pinpoint alert day, and not just one of those pinpoint alert days where it's marginal and some of you will be impacted. Everybody will feel this, from the increasing rain, blizzard warning conditions in the mountains, and high wind. I need to show this to you hour by hour so you know what to expect. It's a big day.
Right now, people across the area bracing for those strong winds. We're helping you get ready for that bomb cyclone heading our way and the impacts you might feel.
And then a woman shot at work in one Seattle neighborhood. Why business owners and residents are skeptical that the city's doing enough to keep them safe.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, November 19th. Let's take a live look outside. A couple of raindrops on our Seattle City camera as the skies start to lighten up just a little bit at the 6:30 half hour. Welcome to Kiro 7 News in the morning. I'm Dee Dee Sun.
I'm Lindsay Shelton. We have team coverage for you this morning on this pinpoint alert day. Brooke Griffin helping you get ready for strong winds. Reggie Sinha live at Snoqualmie Pass showing us more snow.
Well, let's start with meteorologist Nick Allard with their pinpoint weather, because it is going to be a huge weather day, Nick.
Absolutely. Some places seeing wind gusts in excess of 60, 65 miles per hour tonight. Now, if you look here at your pinpoint storm tracker, for some reason the computer model or the real-time storm tracker here is losing some data, but either way, what I wanted to show you is just a couple of sprinkles still out there, and I really wanted to emphasize it. I know it's just a little bit of rain on a calm morning, but we could see a few wet snowflakes mixed in, especially higher hills in north central Snohomish County or the higher hills of the Hood Canal. So just know, don't let that make you crazy when you go outside this morning. That is possible, but that moisture is almost done. Then we switch gears and we have dry conditions and light wind for a while. I think the wind will start to pick up again a little bit in the foothills at lunchtime, and then everybody starts to feel it mid-afternoon. So if I said about 3, 4 o'clock until about 2 a.m., that is the overall window of this event, that'd be right. But I also think that there is the main peak from about 7 p.m. to midnight when you're really going to feel it, and it will be strong everywhere, but strongest in the Cascade foothills. So I want to walk you through what I mean by strong. We'll talk about the criteria for those high wind warnings, the blizzard warnings, the wind advisories. We'll take a better look at this area by area in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Nick. Let's take a quick check of your traffic where things are not good right now. The drive from Tacoma to Seattle, about an hour and 15 minutes at least. You can see why. We're just talking about a lot of volume out there right now. It is 6:31, so lots of people heading out the door right now. There is a crash on the icon right there. That is actually southbound 167 though, so that's not what's causing the trouble. Let's take another look at some of our other areas. You can see the drive from Everett to Seattle also really starting to build now. It's approaching an hour, Everett to Seattle, and we're also just talking about volumes on this Tuesday. And so take it slow out there. There is some wet pavement out there as well as we are seeing some showers throughout the area depending on where you are. But now to that rare blizzard warning for the Cascade Mountain passes. That starts this afternoon.
And it is the first blizzard warning in more than a decade there. So people are getting ready now. Kiro 7's Runji Sinha's back live at Snoqualmie Pass this morning. And Runji, you showed us the snow falling yesterday. How are things looking right now?
Well, things are not necessarily falling right now, but it is cold, less than 32 degrees, and it is frozen up here at the summit. You're seeing a lot of compact snow and ice on the ground right here, and this is what we've been seeing on many of the local roads. In fact, most of the local roads, and even on I-90. So clearly, winter has come. That blizzard warning is going to be here, and some drivers are trying to beat out that storm because the wintry weather could be on the horizon. Now, as I said yesterday, winter's not coming. It is in full effect. It is here, and that blizzard warning hasn't happened for years, so people definitely taking notice. WashDOT, of course, took notice. They've been prepping for months for weather just like this. They want to make sure the roads are passable, and right now, for the most part, I-90 is. It is only traction tires advised, so people are getting across. We've been driving on those roads all morning long, and they are passable, and crews have pre-treated those roads, and plows have been at the ready to try to deal with the snow that's coming. So once again, WashDOT warning people that if they need to get out on the roads, they shouldn't have to if they don't need to. But if they do, maybe now is the time to go. Just have all those supplies. Because as you can see right here, it is actually, they've done a pretty good job. I'm doing my slide. They've done a pretty good job at plowing here, cleaning things up. But it is still very slippery. And we encountered slippery spots on I-90 and on other roadways. So people need to take note of that. But we're going to see how the conditions are once that really big storm comes in just a few hours. We're live at the summit in Snoqualmie. Runji Sinha, Kiro 7 News.
Yeah, we don't want to wipe out from you, Runji, on the side of the road. We certainly don't want cars wiping out on the roads. And from the snow to the wind now. It's going to get really windy today. We could see gusts up to 65 miles an hour in the North Bend area, in the 50s in Bellevue.
Yeah, those are very strong gusts. So it is time to secure your yard decorations, pull in that patio furniture before work if you haven't already. Kiro 7's Brooke Griffin is looking at how utility crews are gearing up too, Brooke.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be really a marathon, not a sprint for them. We've got a lot of wind and just issues ahead of us over the next couple of days. Now, on my drive in, I was already seeing that rain, but the wind hasn't quite made it here, at least from the Seattle area. But over the next few hours, especially over the next 12 hours, things will likely deteriorate throughout the day, with the worst coming in later tonight. Now, people across that area spent the last 24 hours getting ready for this, clearing their yards and securing or even just taking down those holiday decorations that they probably just put up last week. Now, public utility crews are also ready to go today, too. Snohomish County crews spent yesterday preparing for long shifts and getting the line trucks ready to go for when those power outages happen. It's not an if, it's a when. Most utility companies will have crews working around the clock.
The winds that we're expecting are going to be coming from an unusual direction, which for us tells us that we're going to expect more damage than we typically would from a storm with similar gusts.
And Puget Sound Energy crews tell us a lot of trees still have pretty heavy leaves on them at this point. That, combined with the already saturated ground, means that it's easier for trees to fall over. Utility crews say having your generator on standby and your flashlights, non-perishable food, warm clothes, whatever it may be, ready to go before the storm really moves in today will be the key to riding out this whole next couple of days safely. Lindsay and Dee, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Brooke. And right now is the best time to download that Kiro 7 weather app. It'll help you track that severe weather as it gets closer to you. Morgan Palmer tonight and Nick tomorrow morning will be sending out alerts so you know exactly what's headed your way. You can find it for free wherever you get your apps.
Seattle's Chinatown International District is still reeling after a woman was shot during an armed robbery at a massage parlor as that store was closing. And Seattle police say the 33-year-old woman was helping an employee get that shop closed up when two men burst in demanding money. She gave up $1,000 and her own cell phone.
They also demanded more money from her, and she did not have any more money. And so sometime during that incident, the suspect then fired one round and they shot at her.
Detective Munoz says they also shot out the surveillance system, possibly disabling it. Less than 2 weeks ago, might remember this, a man was arrested after allegedly randomly stabbing 10 people there over a 2-day period.
6:37, a teacher stabbed during a computer class in Seattle is recovering this morning, and a suspect is under arrest. Police responded just after 4 p.m. yesterday to an employment support services center off Rainier Avenue near I-90. Witnesses said the victim was teaching that computer class when the suspect didn't like what the teacher was teaching and stabbed them twice in the stomach. Police tracked the man down on a bus. That teacher is in serious condition, but we are told they are stable.
Police department! Turn the car on! Turn the car on!
Intense moments from Renton police. They're sharing this new video of them making an arrest late last week. Officers found a stalled car in the left turn lane of Southeast Petrovisky Road and 108th Avenue with a man passed out behind the wheel. Officers tried to wake him up, and that is when he tried to drive off. When that didn't work, he was taken from the car and arrested for DUI.
An 18-year-old has been arrested in connection with this pot shop robbery and kidnapping. This happened in early April in Tumwater. Police say 7 people coordinated the heist around 3 a.m. 4 people emptied the shelves. Officers say the other 3 kidnapped the 23-year-old security guard.
My understanding, it was tens of thousands of dollars worth of products.
Tumwater police tell us they caught the only person who was not wearing a mask right there. He had a warrant for his arrest after they identified him in April. 7 months later, U.S. Marshals found him and booked him on a laundry list of charges. He's being held on $1 million bail.
The lifts will start rolling this week at the Mount Baker ski area. Officials posted this update in the last 24 hours saying it got 22 inches of snow over 2 days. Pass holders will be able to hit the slopes tomorrow while the area opens for everybody else on Thursday. And we're all going to see a lot more snow as far as, throughout the Cascades. Nick?
Yeah, another foot possible, especially there. The problem is it'll be very windy. That's the whole issue with the blizzard warning. It's about visibility and sustained wind over a certain threshold, but really visibility with snow and the wind combined. I might wait on going tomorrow. It won't be as windy tomorrow, but it is still going to be windy. Now, take a look at your Emerald Queen Casino camera live right now. See how that steam is rising straight up in the air? No wind at all right now. It's very calm. In fact, you might be out at lunch today and say that I'm crazy, which is true, but also crazier than normal because there's not going to be much wind around then. It's really going to pick up in the afternoon hours and pick up quickly when it does. If you look at your pinpoint storm tracker, still a few light showers left. There could again just be a little, wet snow mixed in, but I don't expect much from that. Take a look. This is now through 7 and 7 through noon on your pinpoint future track. Pretty calm and actually dry. But if you go from noon through 4 or 5, that rain starts to increase at around 5 and beyond, and the wind absolutely picks up with that rain. So we're going to feel the wind. In fact, if you look at the warnings don't even start at the coast, the Western Strait, or the foothills until 2. So like I told you at the top of the half an hour, I really believe the overall event is about, say, like 4 p.m. till about 2 a.m. And then inside of that, the strongest wind's about 7 p.m. to midnight. But there will be a sustained wind, Bellevue East, Bonnie Lake, into Lake Stevens, Snohomish, of 30 to 40 miles per hour, gusting up to 50 or higher. In a lot of places, 55 or 60, maybe 65, getting closer to North Bend. Now, Seattle, Tacoma, Everett, you have a wind advisory. Olympia, too, but it won't be as strong there. You have sustained wind of 20 to 30 with gusts maybe upwards of 40 to 45. And again, the rain doesn't even start till after 4 or 5.